father and son duo who are breaking barriers and pushing boundaries. For years, the idea that boys don't dance has been thrown around like some sort of unspoken rule. If a man shows too much grace or expression or softness, people are quick to label that person as effeminate or unmanly.
Now, Rahul Gupta grew up surrounded by exactly this mindset. But Rahul couldn't ignore what dance made him feel like, and today he has built a future in Dubai. He trains students in Bharatanatyam, Western and Indian dance styles, but more importantly, he teaches them confidence, expression, and the freedom to be whoever they want to be.
And standing right at the heart of this new world is also his son Bharat, a child who never had to hide his passion. We're joined by Rahul and Bharat, who have performed together on multiple occasions on various national and international stages. Let's quickly go across to them. Hi Rahul, hi Bharat, how are you? Good morning, thanks for being with us here.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for inviting us over here.
Rahulji, you've spent years in Dubai. You're back in India. The last 5-6 months you've been here, the both of you all. Rahulji, first up, tell us what inspired you to pursue classical dance, because that's the reason why your son took it up. He's living that journey with you. But how did your individual journey begin?
See, my journey started with my very tender age when I was just 3 years old. And my mother, Mrs. Saroj Gupta, she's also into dance. She always motivates me to learn this art form. In fact, she's my first guru, I must say that. So my mother inspired me to learn this forms, and I learned this dance form and perform in different stages. And in my school also, she always motivates me to perform in the school functions and the performances. And she sent me in under the guru. Like I learned from Yamini Krishnamurthy also in Delhi. I learned from Suchitra Mitra ma'am. I learned from different teachers. So my mother has a main role, to keep this art form alive in me till now.
All right, and Bharat, let me just come to you. Did you plan for this to happen, and did this just happen organically? Is it just that you were looking at your father and you were inspired? How did this come about?
See, my wife is also into dance. My wife is also a dancer. So our whole family into dance. So naturally, when we're dancing when he born, like he was just 1 year or 2 years, he was look at me and my wife that we are dancing. So this is again in our family. So he's also start his journey like this only to see that like both of us dancing together.
Lovely. Bharat, what role did your parents play in you pursuing classical dance? At what age did you decide that this is what you want to do?
From birth only, I'm watching my father and mother dancing. It was like so amazing watching them. I was amazed whenever they used to dance. And looking at my father dancing was like a next level experience. His expressions, hand movements, footworks, they were so great that I got inspired by looking at him every time he danced. And I started pursuing in this art form.
Right, and did you ever though wonder why classical dance is perhaps looked at with a gender lens and not other forms of dancing? Do you find it unfair perhaps?
Yes, I did feel this thing because everyone used to tease me, so I felt very demoralized. But after that, my guru, my father, he used to tell me about the art form. He taught me more things about it. He made me so strong in it that I had the words to tell them that why is not Western criticized and why is Bharatanatyam criticized more. And I told you before also about Lord Shiva. So after I tell them about Lord Shiva, they all get silent and they can't say anything else after that.
In fact, one more thing I would like to share here, he was the first Indian boy in James Westminster School, Sharjah, his American school. He was a TEDx speaker. So there were 12 different nationalities, and Bharat was the only child who represent Indian classical dance and the life journey there. And all the students and all the the principals and the teachers and all the staff members, they was amazed about Bharat performance, and they really appreciate. And they were not knowing what is the classical dance because there was so many children from Arab and Egyptians and Sudanese. So when they came to know about the culture, about the journey as a male classical dancer, so they really appreciate and they really liked it, and they want again next month or maybe in January, again Bharat should come for the TED Talk in UAE. So like that.
How nice. Bharat, you called your father your guru. Is Rahul ji a guru first or a father first? How do you see it in your head? It's a difficult one, but what is it like?
He's my father first only because like after I went in the age of 3 or 4 only he started giving me like hard training of Bharatnatyam. Before only he was my father, but after that I would like to say that not a father but he was more a guru. Because like full hard training he used to give me Aramandi. Like it's a bending posture in Bharatnatyam. We call it Aramandi. You have to say
And people making
half
fun of
posture.
this word when in North India because these are South Indian dances, right? So Bharatnatyam, we are being a North Indian learning Bharatnatyam, Kuchipudi, and Mohiniyattam. It's little, people. It's not very easy. But when we tell them to children sit in a half sitting posture, half sitting is Aramandi, as Bharat said, and Murumandi is a full sitting. So these all are the Tamil words. So बच्चों को समझाने में करवाने में it will take time, but they used to. Now at Touchwood, I must say proudly, we should say we have many schools, we have many students. Those are learning in under our guidance, and they really feel proud, and we also feel proud to teach them.
Absolutely. Now we can just feel the passion through our screens. And do you ever have artistic disagreements? If so, how do you resolve them?
See, घर में तो as a father, we have set the time goals. With this 2 hours we have a practice session, 2 hours we have a masti time. Like that we making our daily schedule. So when I'm teaching him that time, he follow my instructions. He should not supposed to interfere. He should not supposed to talk. When journal lifetime example, my wife and me, when we are in schools and when we are in university, she always called me Rahul sir. I always call Nandini ma'am. So we make balance. We always make our style and way of talking or life journey very balancing. कि dance के बाद dance है, normal life के बाद normal life है. So we make both the things very nicely.
I mean, this is a family of 3 dancers, so it's so incredible, your story. Bharat, tell us a little bit about Russia. I saw that one video on your social media handle. So many children watching you do Bharatnatyam, dance to that lovely song, literally copying you and dancing along. What was it like?
I was very young at that time, so it was like a new experience for me. There were more than 300 to 400 children over there, all
Yeah, there you
Russians
go.
and all white people over there. And dancing in front of them was like a new level opportunity I got, and I showed my full talent and capability over there. They even tried to copy me, as you said. So it was like a very good experience.
And he was just 9 or 8
Yeah, I
years.
was
He
very
was
young.
just 8-year-old that time.
So it was
8 or
like a
9,
very
yeah.
good experience. They all tried to copy me, copy my dance. I actually gave them some difficult moves also, and they all were like so tired after doing that all dance. It was like a very good experience.
And I remember he told me, yes, my father, I still remember, my father said we should not supposed to dance with shoes and socks. And though there was a winters, but it was a very sunny and very bright day. तो थोड़ा गर्म था फ्लोर. तो every child इससे भरत है सबको बोलते कि सब shoes socks उतार के आओ. सब बच्चों ने, I really appreciate. उन बच्चों ने बिल्कुल भी नहीं बोला कि हम नहीं उतारेंगे. There was youngsters also, like college के बच्चे भी थे, छोटे बच्चे भी थे. The mixed crowd. So every child removed their shoes and socks, and they all come to learn, that half an hour workshop. We taught folk dance, Indian classical dance. So they all danced bare feet the way Bharat instructed.
It's truly inspiring. Now, just how many other countries have you all traveled to? Any unforgettable performances that you would like to share with us?
See, we travel a lot, frankly speaking. We start our journey with Doha, Qatar. He was just 2-3-year-old. Then after Doha, we're working with the GEMS education schools there, and we're taking the workshop in different schools and university. I got the chance to train the children in Qatar University. There was a short film on Indian classical dance. There was all the Qatari students shoot. I was a hero in that. I would like to share that also with you. So after that, we shifted to Bahrain. Then we worked in Bahrain also for the short while, again by the Minister of Cultural Affairs. We traveled many countries. We performed in Sydney, we performed in Thailand, we performed in Armenia, Russia, Vietnam, and Japan. So So we performed in many countries and we represent India, and we really feel proud to represent India. And I must tell you one more thing, ma'am. Like I was in Sydney a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and one girl came with with the two small babies, and after the performance, everybody like take the pictures, and the girl came and she touched my feet. मैंने कहा बेटा कौन like then she said Rahul sir याद है आपने बहुत साल पहले maybe 15-16 years ago you taught dance in Bhavan Vidyalaya School Panchkula. तो now she shifted, like now she is in Sydney. तो बच्चे इस तरह से आते हैं, अलग अलग देशों में मिलते हैं. So many experiences happened with me because we are working with a different schools as a part-time faculty. So बहुत बच्चे मिलते हैं and बहुत regard करते हैं. Still I have many students from, in fact we were having a student from Pakistan also, from Karachi and Lahore. They also learn Indian classical dance with the full dedication and love and respect.
Lovely.
Still they are in touch and still they are learning online from me and Bharat and my wife as well. And we are really feeling proud to train the children from the different nationalities.
Okay, I also want to now ask you, given that you performed all over the world, do you find the global audiences respond differently to your performances compared to Indian audiences? Because you've spoken about this vocally multiple times.
Yes, exactly. तभी तो I'm telling you, I'm not criticizing. जो हमें respect, जो हमें मान सम्मान विदेशों के बच्चों से या फिर वहाँ के जो है ऑडियंस से मिलता है, वो थोड़ा सा इंडिया में हमें थोड़ा सा कम है, क्योंकि आजकल बच्चे इतना इंटरेस्ट नहीं लेते. वहाँ पर है कि यंगस्टर्स बहुत आते हैं. This is the plus point. Whenever we have a workshop, whenever we have a performances, तो यंगस्टर्स जो हैं वो बहुत आते हैं and they love to learn, they try to learn. Again, in Vietnam मेरी वर्कशॉप थी मैम, तो वहाँ पे वियतनाम में they have a culture, they don't know कि हम कवर्ड कपड़ों में आना है या कुछ इस तरह से. They came in the western outfits, then उनको first day workshop, तो मैंने उनको बोला कि no, this is not the right way. I will not able to teach. You should come in some cover clothes. आपको बैठना है, उठना है, stretchings हैं, bendings हैं. तो so sweet, इतना अच्छा लगा. Next day सब लड़कियाँ, सब लड़के खुले खुले कुर्ते पहनकर आ गए because they are very very dedicated. एक बार बोला, they all came in Indian attire. तो इन सब बातों से लगता है कि they are very very serious and very passionate to learn our Indian classical dance form. And yes, I've been to Vietnam many times. तो वहाँ पे जब मैं वियतनाम में जब घूमता था, तो वहाँ पे मैंने मतलब ऑलमोस्ट हर घर के बाहर देखा ओम योगा सेंटर, शिव योगा सेंटर. मतलब उनको इनके बारे में नहीं पता, फिर भी वो अपनी थोड़ी थोड़ी वर्कशॉप्स करते हैं. They open their centers there.
Right now, of course, you've shared how regimented you are. You've allotted time slots for everything that you want to be able to balance in your life. But what does your daily practice routine look like, especially when preparing for major performances? Are you giving dedicated time to practice every single day?
Yes, of course, ma'am. Because without practice, this art form can't be alive. So हम डेली अपना टाइम टेबल इस तरह सेट करते हैं कि मॉर्निंग में अगर हमारा डांस का सेशन या फॉर एग्जांपल मॉर्निंग में हाफ एन आवर दे दिया, रात को सोने से पहले 1 घंटा दे दिया, तो वी बिकॉज नाउ ही इज इन 10th, he have a tuition, he have a classes, but he always give me the time कि पापा no, we have to practice. I will arrange myself.
Because at this period of time, morning school, evening like 5 to 8, the tuitions are there. Full heavy load of studies and all is there. So I practice, but we have to practice daily, at least half an hour to 1 hour.
As tomorrow we have a performance, and we choreograph like one thing mentally. कि भरत आपको यहाँ पे आना है, आपको यहाँ पे आना है, because touchwood we have such a good bonding.
Everyone says that when we both dance, we look like we practice like something 1 month, or like we're practicing so hard, but it's like only 2 to 3 days practice, and the coordination is so perfect that everyone gets shocked.
Bharat, you're not supposed to share these details. Keep it to yourself.
Right.
Okay. But you spoke of 10th grade, and it is such a crucial academic year. Bharat, how do you balance training with studies? And do you get told by your parents still, पढ़ाई तो करनी पड़ेगी, डांस ठीक है, but time निकालो इसके लिए?
पढ़ाई भी करनी है. Exactly. Yes.
They do say this every time कि dance is also important और पढ़ाई भी उतनी ही important है dance के साथ. So they always tell me to make balance between studies and dance. In the school also we have dance periods, so I do dance in school also. And yesterday also I had a performance, so I went from school only, and the teachers are very cooperative. So after my dance time or like something I miss in the classes, they take extra classes. And even in tuition I make balance of both dance and then if there's another big program or competition, I give like half an hour or 1 hour more to dance, because I can cope up with my studies. Like that's what I'm good at, studies. So it's fine with me of dancing more of studies. So it's like a very good balance I can make.
Because our daily routine is quite different because we are following Vaishnavism. So morning we have a prayer, we have a puja, he's going for the plucking the flowers, plucking the everything. He cleaned the temple, then he offered the food. We offered the food, whatever we learn. Then we have a dance practice. So we have a different lifestyle, I must say. While before sleeping also we have a puja, we have a Gayatri mantras, chanting. They have a daily chantings also. Then practice also, offer the food to the Lord. So like that, we have a different lifestyle, not the normal lifestyle. Frankly.
Quite a disciplined lifestyle, I must
Really?
say.
I mean, but let's just come to the very important question here. How do you envision the future of male representation in classical dance?
I feel proud now. Starting initial days, yes, it was not that easy for me, but now I am very very happy because अब लोगों ने जान लिया है. Now young generation is more like they know like about Indian classical dance. So they respect. They are learning. Though we have a little quantity, so I always said कि I believe in the quality, not in the quantity. Because एक हीरे की दुकान पे बहुत कम लोग जाते हैं और आर्टिफिशियल शॉप पे बहुत ज़्यादा लोग. तो ऐसा ही है हमारा इंडियन कल्चर, इंडियन डांस फॉर्म इतना आसान नहीं है सीखना. इसमें बहुत टाइम लगता है, बहुत मेहनत लगती है. तो
सागर की तरह जितना लोगे उतना कम पड़ेगा.
Okay, that's a brilliant note. Let's end our
Right.
conversation right there. Thank you so much to the both of you. All the very best for the performance tomorrow. Thank you for sharing your story with us here on The Breakfast Club.